Okay, guys, this is the review of the Iron Man 3 Assemblers Mark 42. Don't mind the paint apps. They were fine before. They are actually applied very well. So if you can see any messed up parts, don't blame Hasbro because I messed it up. That's all my fault. The paint apps were actually awesome, and I'll show you like where, but not on this one. First I'll start off with the worst part of this figure, or the worst part of this whole series of action figures of Iron Man 3 action figures. It's the articulation. I know why it's so horrible, like horrible. This articulation is horrible. If any of the 3 and 3/4 inch Iron Man 2 series Iron Mans have bad articulation, this is officially one of the worst. There's articulation in one of the other figures that just stand. Like, there's like no articulation in the other figures. The assemblers are the only action figures that have what's the word? Well, that have any type of articulation. So I'll show you the articulation first. First off, the arms go in and out, go up and down. No articulation in the arm at all after that. Same with this one. No abdomen articulation, just up and down, and that's it. And then the head goes up about this far, and the head goes down about that far. And that's the only articulation in this figure. And it usually takes me a lot longer to review articulation. There are multiple peg holes in this figure for some reason. Oh, I don't know why. Because of the all his other weapons or whatever. So there's a peg hole in the back. There's a peg hole on the arm, There's a peg hole right here, and then there's 2 right there for the stand. And then I'll show you the cool part of about this figure. You take these off. Meanwhile, I am not breaking these. These are attachable. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So there's about 6 pieces to this. So I'm gonna put the head on first. And I think they did this just for the reason, if you've seen Iron Man 3, you would see that the suit, that he can call the suit, he could call to the suit and it'll come to him. Like, there's specific things that he does that he can do to bring the suit to him. So it's a really cool figure, but it's a really lame figure at the same time. I just don't know why they couldn't have any elbow articulation at all. They could have had the Avengers articulation, or even less than that, and I would have been happy. I would have been content with the articulation on this figure, but I'm not. I'm not at all. This is the worst articulated figure, yet one of the coolest, because you can detach the parts and switch them with other assemblers figures. So they come out if they come out like next month, in June. They come out in June. So this month anyway. They come out in June. So the new figures come out in June. That's more assembly. That's more assemblers, different figures that you can change parts with. So I'm hoping to get Iron Patriot in the spacesuit, Starburst or Star something, whatever it's called, Starburst, I think, or Star Thrust or whatever. I think that's what the suit is called. Hopefully everybody knows this is Mark 42, the best suit of all. Happy I got this one. Well, I'm happy I got it from a friend. I didn't really bother showing the extra like kid stuff because I just don't like it. It comes with like 2 launchers, or I think 1 launcher and a projectile, and I think that's about it. So if you are an older person and you like collecting like me, you would like the projectiles. I don't really like projectiles like that. Like, I don't really like them that much. Like on the Bumblebee figure, I like the projectiles on that, but not really on these Iron Man figures because you just don't need them. So I think it's fine how it is right here. They could have had elbow and knee articulation at least. Like, they could have had the Avengers knee articulation and the Avengers elbow articulation, and that would have made everybody happy. The abdomen articulation is not that important. So I don't know why they couldn't just do that little teeny tiny little thing. I don't know if it's because they're coming out with all the suits that Tony had when he was in the final battle of Iron Man 3. I don't know. If that is the reason, I'm fine now. If that was the reason, if that is the reason, then I'm no longer uncontent with this figure. But otherwise, I'm not too happy with this one. But you know, you get what you get. And in this figure, you don't get what you pay for at all. This figure should be at least, at the most $6. Like, I don't know why it costs so much. It should be at least $6. And it costs the same amount as the Iron Man 2 figure, Iron Man 2 series figures that has way more articulation, and sometimes even, almost all the time, come with something else, like a launcher and projectile. I don't know. So I just think this is, if they're coming out with all the suits, then I'm fine with this, but otherwise I'm not. So I recommend you getting it if you are a collector and you just really want this, or you just like really want this. Get it. I really wanted this because it's the new series is Mark 42, and it's the best suit. But I really wish it had better articulation. I really wish it did. So I have updated my reactor shift Mark 6 reactor shift Iron Man. I'll show you in the next video. It's kind of cool to me. Hope it is to you. So I'll see you then.